Good day, everyone, and welcome to our last session of agency and choice. And much like the others, we're going to start off on our back. Do you remember we've been talking about agency and choice this month? So, what that means in your yoga practice, right, is that we give you options. You can choose which of those options you want to take. You don't always have to try and go to the extremes. You don't always have to try and take it easy. We do want to try and push our boundaries sometimes just to kind of get us out of our comfort zone. And sometimes that means doing the opposite of what you would normally do. So, as we start off on our back, let your eyes close down. Just tune into your breath here. Notice I have both hands on my chest today just because kind of feels okay today. So maybe you try something and you don't have to be so rigid about things. You just put your hands where they're comfortable. It's one of those things. There's this guy, Voltaire. He's like a famous guy, philosopher type. He always said that the perfect is the enemy of the good. Any breath work you do is better than no breath work. It's kind of like your doctor tell you any walking is better than no walking. Any activity is better than no activity. So don't let the perfect. I don't have a perfect meditation setting. I don't have a perfect seat. I don't have. You don't need all that. If you have time to meditate and just tune into your breath, that's perfect enough. So I want you to start increasing the length of the inhale. No counting, just increasing a little bit at a time, maybe a little bit deeper every breath. Maybe you get a little louder on your exhales. On this next exhale or next inhale, I want you to fill up all the way down, making that diaphragm expand as far as you can. And then audible exhale, let it all go. Just two more, just like that. Diaphragm expands deep into the belly. Audible exhale. One more time. Diaphragm expands in the belly. Let your breathing kind of sort of slowly return to its natural rhythm. If you ever notice that, like, when you do those deep inhales, you can't just go right back to not knowing you're breathing. It's always just takes a little bit of time. So take your time getting there. And here we go. I'm going to give you a few breath variations today. You could do box breathing. So inhale we're going to stick with 4-ish, right? Inhale 4, pause 4, exhale 4, pause at the exhale 4. Or you can do inhale for 4, brief pause, exhale for 4. I know some people have an issue with the holding the breath in or holding the breath out. That's yours. It's just a brief, like 1 second. Okay. You got that choice. You also have the choice that if you don't want to follow my count and you want to do your own number, go right ahead. Totally fine. If you want to do a 3 count, you want to do whatever count. I completely up to you because I'm only going to count off the first 2 or 3. And then if none of those options work for you, what I want you to do is just tune into each breath and just count the number of breaths during this thing. Maybe you're doing 2 count breaths. and then two counts. That's it. And you just count up, okay? Just count up from one. So there's your options. I'm going to count off for box breathing and a 4 count. But you can do any of those things you want to do. It's completely up to you. It's completely your practice, okay? So I'm going to come back. I'm going to close my eyes, and we're going to start here. Just tune into the breath before we start engaging and restricting here. Notice the gradual rise and fall of your chest or belly. Maybe you start lengthening the inhale and exhales to a count of 3-ish. Then we're going to inhale for a couple counts. We're just inhaling for a count of 4 with a brief pause, exhaling for a count of 4, okay? So we're going to go and start here, inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. Little tiny pause, exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause, exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the bottom. This time we're going to add in the box. So we're going to inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause at the top for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause at the bottom 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause at the top 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause at the bottom 4, 3, 2, 1. Now do 8 more of those on your own. About 5 more. If you're doing box breathing, if you're doing others, just continue to follow your breath here. Two more. Last one if you're box breathing. Gradually release control of your breath. I want you to notice the shift that may have occurred, any shift that may have occurred since when you came to sit on your mat, to be on your mat today. And maybe you can't even put words to it. It's just a sensation you're feeling somewhere in your body. When you're ready, I want you to start slowly engaging that breath one more time. We're going to do a 4 count movements today. So we're going to inhale for 4, pause, exhale for 4. So at first, I want you to move that right ankle to the left knee, and we're going to do that for a 4 count. So inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Set the right ankle on the left knee. Figure 4 on this right side, and we're going to go to a twist pretty quickly here. So take your arms out to a T and slowly drop that right foot. Right foot to the ground, left knee to the ground, and notice the stretch along your glute here. You'll feel that in the glute, the back side of your leg, glute up into your right lower back. Now I want you to look over your left shoulder, your right shoulder, sorry. Rights and lefts, confusing. Now, here in this pose, you can do a few things. There are people who like to take it with their legs really crossed. Like, can you see that? Like that? I like to keep that right knee pointed up at the sky. Now, you can also adjust that left leg to put a little more pressure wherever you want it. Just play with it and notice. I'm going a little bit further down. Maybe I typically would. My right lower, but my left, yeah, my right lower back has been a little bit tight the last few days. So let's do 2 more of those 4 count breaths here. Just getting some movement going here. Inhale back up to center. Take that entire count. Exhale here. Inhale the right leg up and down. Exhale here. Inhale, the left comes up for that 4 count, right? I did that a little bit too quick, but yeah, you get the idea. So we come to that figure 4, and then we're going to twist. So drop the left foot, right knee, and again, getting that stretch in the lower back on the left side through the glute muscles. Settle into your breath. Again, same choices you have here, right? The weird cross-legged, I shouldn't say weird, but the cross-legged, the varying your right knee distance from the face, so to speak, and just play with the pose. You don't have to think of things as being fixed. And know that what serves you today might not serve you tomorrow. Like I typically am somewhere around in here, and today I'm a little bit further down in here. So just know that every day your body is going to feel different. 2 more breaths here. We're going to inhale our knees back up. Sit here for just a minute, observing that left lower back. When I say that, it means take your attention, your mind's eye, to your left lower back. It's helping us understand that interoception, proprioception, mind body connection, right? Like, when you're ready, we're going to uncross the left ankle off the right knee, bring the left foot to the ground. I want you to inhale, bring your knees to your chest. Exhale, squeeze into a little ball and rock left and right. Iron out that lower back a little bit here. And yeah, typically we would do this at the end of the class, but we're just, we did some back stretches. I want to let you give you an opportunity to counteract that a little bit. So, and then when you're ready, roll all the way to the right, using that bottom arm as a pillow before we push ourselves up to a seat. All right. Now we come to a seat. We're going to continue working on the lower back. We're going to take our left leg out long. Right foot comes into your thigh. Inhale, sit up tall, turn towards the left foot. Flex the foot back to your face. And on an exhale, slowly pull yourself over a little bit. Maybe you reach your toes. Maybe, you grab that knee. Maybe you're at the calf, shin level, wherever. And just check in here. Again, notice the lengthening from the hamstring up through the glute into that lower back area. Maybe you close your eyes down and that lets you feel the muscles a little bit better. Two more breaths here. I want you to use your hands to push yourself back up. As we switch out the legs, right leg comes long, left sole of the foot into the right thigh. Inhale, tall, turn towards the right leg, fold over, reaching for wherever you can grab onto today. Maybe that's just your knee. Maybe it's your shin. Maybe you can reach your toes. Wherever you are, know that it might change tomorrow, like we said earlier. That's part of that whole agency and choice. Every day is different in your bodies. I want you to inhale, lengthen a little bit. Exhale, maybe deepen. As we spend 3 more breaths here. Both palm on either side of that right thigh. Push yourself up the center. Come back. Close your eyes down. Take your attention to the right and left of your lower back. Just notice. Maybe they're tender. Then I want you to extend your left leg long. And we're going to come to the center. Now, if you have a block handy, I like to have a block here. I'm going to use my hands in the block here, up here. I'm just going to use it to kind of give me a plate and anchor. So I'm going to slowly lean forward to center. You can also reach for your toes, ankles, knees, wherever you're at. I want you to inhale on your next inhale. I want you to lengthen your spine, engage your core. And then exhale, did you find something a little bit lower? Just fine. You'll hear us say edge in yoga sometimes. What that really means is, where does it start pulling? And by developing that interoception, proprioception, right, we can also start to feel the muscles in our body a little bit more accurately. And again, choices: knee, shin, ankle, toes, wherever you're at. 2 more breaths here. Let your palm slide into the middle as we push ourselves up. Head comes up last. Oh, and then feel into that lower back with your eyes closed. How does that feel? And then we're going to go ahead and come into a nice, easy seated position. And we're going to move up our spine to our neck. So we're going to drop our chin to our chest here. Then we're going to rotate right ear, right shoulder. Then we're going to let it come back to center. And we're going to inhale left ear, left shoulder. I don't know if those pops ever come through in the microphone, but my neck always pops me to do this. Then switch to the opposite side. Make sure when you come that you're not doing this kind of thing. I do that all the time. Sit up tall, engage your core. That'll help you stay straight. Come back to center. Let's go to the left ear one more time. Center, right ear. Stay here and take that left arm out long, getting us a big stretch. Now, here we go to agency and choice. I want you to take your hand forward. Then I want you to kind of feel it back and notice the changes in your traps here. Where does it feel best? And you might even try rolling the shoulder down and back and noticing the difference that makes. I know mine is never straight out. It's always a little bit further back than that. And just tune in, feel the lengthening. One more breath here. Inhale, left hand comes up and overhead to that right ear, pulls the head up. Left hand comes back to our knee. How does that left side feel now? And then we're going to let the chin come to the chest. Roll the left ear to left shoulder. Check in. Make sure you didn't tilt. Extend the right arm long. And again, try to close your eyes and see where you notice the most length between your ear and your shoulder. Everybody's body's built a little bit different. Like I said, and then roll that shoulder back down and back. Now, mine is a little bit shoulder further back. So reach. What we're doing is we're lengthening that muscle from our shoulder to our ear, largely composed of this trapezius muscle right here, but also the many muscles in our neck. One more breath. Inhale. Left hand comes up to meet the left ear. Right hand comes up to meet the left ear. Sorry. Pulling your head back up and let your chin come back to your chest one more time. And now I want you to notice we're going to inhale our shoulders up with our head down. Now slowly lower them and watch how when you roll your shoulders, they roll down and back. And then bring some fingers to your forehead. Push your forehead back up. Palms to your knees. Close your eyes down. How does your neck feel in those trap muscles? Noticing anything different than from we started class? And when you're ready, we're going to do one more thing. We're going to do a few cat cows and a child's pose. And then we're going to go to Shavasana. So fold over your legs, if that's how you get there, however you choose to get there. We're going to come to tabletop. Judge your belly drop for cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Just kind of modulating that whole spine here now. One more. Bring your big toes to touch. Knees come out wide, and we're going to push our hips back to our heels for a brief child's pose. But what I want you to do is I want you to reach as far forward in that child's pose as you can. Remember, we have been using our blocks to get our hips closer to our heels. But now I want you to reach with those shoulders, stretching those lat muscles. Maybe you take your fingers and dig them into the mat and pull. One more breath here. We're going to inhale, pull ourselves forward. If you use the block, move it out of the way as we come to our belly and Sphinx. Last pose. This is going to can be kind of intense on your lower back. If it's intense for you, know that you can slide your hands forward to get a little bit less angle. You can bring those elbows further in. So your arms are out at a figure 11, just trying to, and looking at a spot right in front of you. I have a cat toy that I must have missed this morning when I picked up. Cat toy being a crumpled up Post-it note because she likes to catch them. One more breath here in Sphinx. And slowly lower your head to the backs of your hands. And then we're going to roll over to our back. Going to get a little bit of a mini Shavasana today. You can stay a little bit longer in Shavasana if you would like. You don't have to leave when I get up to leave here. Notice how your back feels. Maybe you feel a little looser. Maybe it feels a little tighter. Get your breath settled in. Slowly bring some movement back to fingers and toes. Maybe extending that to ankles and wrists. Rocking your head left and right. Maybe you take a big reach overhead. Big stretch. I'm going to roll over onto whatever side's calling you. As typical for me, that means the right, so I'm facing you. Now push ourselves up to a seat. And I said last week, and I'll say it again this week, this is our last session together. It has been my pleasure to teach you guys online. Hope maybe I see you guys in one of my classes in person soon. I bow to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so grateful for the opportunity. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day.